Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today the topic of histology practical is pancreas. Now as we know that pancreas is a mixed endocrine and exocrine gland. A connective tissue capsule surrounds the pancreas and sends in septa that divide the organ into lobules. First we are going to discuss exocrine pancreas. The exocrine part of pancreas, it constitutes major part of gland. It is actually purely serous gland of compound tubuloacinar variety. Now the secretory units of exocrine pancreas, it basically consists of serous acini. As we know that the serous acini are made up of pyramidal cells which have rounded central nucleus, and they also exhibit features of basal basophilia, and in apical portion they have eosinophilia, or they stain darkly eosinophilic. Now in these pancreatic acini we see that each acinus is made up of 40 to 50 pyramidal cells enclosing a central cavity, and these cells they have central spherical nucleus. Basal region stains basophilic due to the presence of large amount of rough endoplasmic reticulum, and in apical portion we see that they stain darkly eosinophilic due to the presence of zymogen granules. Then in addition to pyramidal cells, in the pancreatic acini, in some sections we see pale low cuboidal cells. These low cuboidal epithelial cells are called as centroacinar cells, and they represent the initial segment of intercalated ducts. We'll discuss different type of ducts later. Now in this diagram we can see that the outer layer of cell which are also labeled as acinar cells, these cells are basically pyramidal cells with central spherical nucleus, and the inner layer of cells we can see are cuboidal cells which are labeled as centroacinar cells, and they represent the beginning of the intercalated duct. Now this is the diagram of serous acini. We can see in this acini pyramidal cells are present. These pyramidal cells they exhibit basal basophilia, that is the purple this shading or staining we can see, central spherical nucleus, and in apical portion we can see the pink shading which is basically the acidophilia due to the presence of eosinophilic granules due to the presence of zymogen in it. And in central portion, the cavity, we can see in that part cuboidal cells are present which are basically centroacinar cells. This is a microscopic picture of a pancreas. The darkly stained portion is basically exocrine pancreas, and the lightly eosinophilic part is aisles of Langerhans, or the endocrine part of pancreas. In this diagram we can see two lightly stained portions which are labeled as aisles. Basically this is endocrine pancreas, and the rest dark portion is basically composed of pancreatic acini, and it is the exocrine pancreas. In one corner we can see duct which is basically the intralobular duct, and it is lined by low columnar epithelium. Now the duct system of pancreas. Four types of ducts are present within the pancreas: intercalated ducts, intralobular ducts, interlobular ducts, and the main pancreatic duct. Now intercalated ducts, they begin within the pancreatic acini. Okay, so these are lined by low cuboidal epithelial cells as we have seen in the previous diagram. Then these cells are also called as centroacinar cells. Then the proximal segment of this intercalated duct, it extends from the acini to the intralobular ducts, and it is also lined by the low cuboidal epithelial cells. Then the second type is intralobular duct. Now various intercalated duct, they join together to form the intralobular duct. These intralobular ducts are lined by simple low columnar epithelium. Then is the interlobular duct. Various intralobular ducts, they join together to form the interlobular ducts. These ducts are also lined by the simple low columnar epithelium. Then is the main pancreatic duct. Then the interlobular ducts, they join together to form the main pancreatic duct, and this main pancreatic duct is lined by stratified columnar epithelium. Function of exocrine pancreas is to release digestive enzymes, that is alpha amylase, proteases, lipases, and nucleases. This is the diagram of pancreas. Now we can see that the outermost covering is connective tissue capsule, And then in the parenchyma, we can see the pancreatic acini, which constitute the exocrine of pancreas. We have discussed the structure of exocrine, pancreatic acini before. And the small circular structures which are present between these acini, these are the ducts, basically the intralobular ducts. These intralobular ducts are lined by low columnar epithelial cells. Then on one side we can see spherical or polyhedral cells which are present in the form of chains and are separated from each other by the capillaries. This portion, which is lightly stained and is composed of polyhedral or spherical cells separated from each other with the help of capillaries, this portion is the Isles of Langerhans or the endocrine pancreas. In the connective tissue, we can see a duct is present, interlobular duct, which is basically lined by the low columnar epithelium, and arteriole and venule is also present within the connective tissue capsule. Now the endocrine pancreas. Endocrine pancreas makes 1 to 2% of pancreatic mass. It consists of small spherical clusters of cells which are called as Isles of Langerhans or the pancreatic isles. So these small spherical cluster of cells, basically they consist of roughly spherical or polyhedral cells. These cells are scattered irregularly among the serous acini of pancreas and they are found in numerous number in tail of pancreas. These cells, they are arranged in the form of short irregular cords which are separated from each other by the fenestrated capillaries. These cells stain lightly as compared to the cells of exocrine pancreas. Now the type of cells and their functions. Basically 4 types of cells are present in the endocrine pancreas. The alpha cells which produce glucagon, the beta cells which produce insulin, and basically they constitute 70% of the mass of endocrine pancreas. The delta cells which produce somatostatin, and the PP cells which are basically responsible for the production of pancreatic polypeptide. Now in this diagram we can see the normal Isles of Langerhans at high power. Now it is surrounded by the acinar pancreas. Now the endocrine cells of Isles, they have similar appearance with his hematoxylin and eosin staining, but if we stain them with immunohistochemical staining, then we can see alpha cells, beta cells, and delta cells separately. This was the end of lecture. Thank you.